elephant in the room, as they would say. So I'm hearing that the NFL referees are under investigation. It's been popping up on my Facebook feed. And, a friend of mine wanted me to do a quick video on this. So I looked into it and I'm reading into this, and it says that three referees are under investigation for the Chiefs Texans game. It doesn't surprise me. Nothing surprises me about this. Um, Even if nothing happens, or they fire one of the refs or whatever, it's not going to matter. It's the damage is already done. Is this the only game that this has happened to? No, it's probably happened to a lot of other games in the past or current present. So it doesn't really matter. I will say that the games are not called fair. It's obvious. So there's no, uh, the saying is, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Life's not fair. Well, that's what you get from watching these games and these sports. You know, Rather it's the refs or rather it's organization or rather it's the NFL or whatever, NBA, whatever. We already determined that the games are not called fair. So we already know that now. Whether it's the Patriots dynasty, the Chiefs dynasty, the Niners, the Cowboys in the 90s, where they went over the salary cap and they were never punished or anything like that. Okay. Work's been going good. I was off today, so I had a good night's sleep. I'm up now. I'm just addressing the rumors to this game. Um, we already know that sports is not called fair. If you want to call it rigged, scripted, or whatever, that's fine. Whatever you want to call it, let's just say, okay, the games are not called fair. There's no such thing as a fair game. We've already determined that the referees don't care. They're getting paid buku money, fu money. They don't care if the game's called fair or not. Now maybe the higher ups are telling them, I don't know, or maybe they have personal interest and maybe they have bets going on the side. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but we already know that self interest takes over the group interest, and therefore, um, they're not going to call the game fair for anyone. So it just doesn't make any logic sense to care. It is what it is. I was watching the Bengals and the Rams game, the Super Bowl, and what doesn't make sense in that is that they didn't call any penalties the entire game, but they wait to the last two plays to call penalties against the Bengals, which to me doesn't make any sense. Like they purposely said, we're trying not to call any penalties. We're just going to let the game determine itself. The last two plays, they draw flags. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So you're just picking and choosing what to call, when to call, how to call, and it's all on your discretion as an NFL referee. It's your discretion when a call should be made. So then it's up to you. You determine how the calls are made. Then it's not about the rules. So it's just you when you feel like throwing the flag. That's basically the common referee of today. When I feel like throwing a flag, then that's when the flag gets thrown. It's not about the rules. It's not about the rule book. The rule book's thrown out the window. It's about self-interest and personal likes. Did you guys know that the Rams Saints game back when the Rams lost that Super Bowl to the Patriots? Did you know that blatant pass interference they didn't call, which should have put in which the Rams should have never won that game. It should have been the Saints in the Super Bowl against the Patriots that year, all right? And the referee that blew that call, they didn't call that pass interference. Did you know that he used to play for the Rams back in the 80s? So my question is, why is that guy allowed to officiate the Rams Saints game if he played for the Rams back in the 80s and you allowed him to referee that game? That doesn't make any sense. So if it's not rigged, then what the fuck is that? unbelievable. It's no different than a referee putting on a WWE uniform. They're just like the WWE refs. I'm like, basically, your common referee today is nothing more than a WWE referee. You might as well just go to professional wrestling. It's the same thing, basically. You're no different than the WWE referees. You're no different. You're the same exact person. The only difference is one gets paid, one doesn't. It's just like I want in on the scam. If I just want in on it, just like, hey, look, if you're telling me that this is the best you can do to present a product to entertain it, I just want in on it now. It's like you can't beat them, join them. It's like might as well just cheat to win. There's no such thing as playing fair anymore. No such thing. Might as well just cheat to win. Just say, you know what? Just pencil me in, rig it, figure it out, get it done. That's it. Because there's no point. You determine that the games are not called fair. The referees call the plays when they feel like it. They laugh in your face when they make bad calls when you go and bitch to them about the bad calls. Now they're just blatantly just arrogant about it. They'll just laugh in your face. So if this is like WWE and professional wrestling, then why don't you just say this is the National Football League of Sports Entertainment, not and have an asterisk, batteries not included, which means we'll call the plays we feel like we're going to draw that flag. We'll throw that flag when we feel like it. When it best, maybe they got to bet on that game. They're like, hey, I got to bet on this game. I'm not going to throw that goddamn flag for you, boy. I'd rather you just come out and say it. Are you on FanDuel or what are you doing? That's why in this case, I have no problem with AI technology referees in there and have them call the flags. It couldn't be any worse than what you're seeing here on the field. You know, it's no different. Just go ahead, put those WWE referee outfits on and go look like the fucking idiot that you look like out there every day when you're calling those flags. Because that's what you look like, a clown. And so that's basically what it is. The referees have determined the game is not called fair. There's no such thing as a fair game. So if that is the case, we've already determined that, then start rigging the games and start just being blatant about it and just pencil us in for a year. As I said, I'm gonna patiently wait until Patrick Mahomes retires. About 5, 6 years from now, I'll wait. Unless I'm dead, I'll wait. And then when I wait, my time comes. You can go ahead and we'll figure this out. How to do these storylines. Since it's basically like professional wrestling, you might as well just go ahead and go about it that way, right? You might as well. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm kind of glad the Texans lost. I'm gonna be honest with you. We have too many injuries and we look like shit offensively. You know, it's about ratings. So go ahead. You give Kansas City the championship. We already know what's gonna happen. So with that being said, the Super Bowl has already been predetermined. It's been pre-picked. So I'm all right with it. It's whatever. I'm just saying when this is all over, I just want in on it. I want in on the scam. I want in. You know. Well, they didn't say nothing when the Patriots cheated. Oh, the fuck we did. We were calling for them to strip their titles for the last 20 years or put asterisks by it. We've been calling for that forever. What about the Astros when they cheated in 2017? And I said, yeah, I agree. They should strip their titles away and put asterisks by it with the use of banging trash cans and stealing play signalings and all that. I already said that. The Astros 2017 doesn't count. The last one I think counts, but the one before that, I don't really count that World Series. I think that was that they cheated, and so it's like, well, how do you do that? You take the titles away. You leave it vacant. It's that simple. How do you do the death penalty like they do in college football? You could just suspend them from the league for 10 years. That'll cut that shit out real quick. But nope, they don't want to do that because, it's about ratings and drawing in money and like the whole wrestling aspect of it. So fuck it. Might as well go along, get along. Might as well just say, you know what? If this is the shit you're gonna pull, then let's just go ahead and just do it. Let's do it all the way. Let's make sure that you go ahead and come out with the script and have those teams that are going to win the Super Bowl for the next 15 years. You have it set, and then you get your little storylines together. So I can think of a whole bunch of them. I got a creative mind, by the way, and we can figure this out. And get this shit going because again, I'm just letting you know this shit's not called fair. It's not. It's not. And then you'll see the referees. They'll sit there like idiots. See, and they'll literally sit right there as the play's taking place. See the goddamn flag, throw the goddamn motherfucker. They sit there, put the goddamn, whistle up. So in that case, it's they make the determination when they want to call it or not. So if that's the case, then why even bother having refs? Why not just let everybody just go out there and play freestyle football? Might as well. You're not going to call it. They just saying, you know, I would do it like this. You ever seen the movie The Walking Tall with The Rock? When he becomes a sheriff, and then the other sheriff that didn't win, he's like, I voucher for my men. You should keep them. And The Rock goes, you're all fired. That's what I would do if I became commissioner of the NFL. And then the referees are like, the head referee's like, hey, these guys have been real good. I vouch for them and stuff. And I'll just look at them right in their faces and I'll say, you're all fired. Just right off the bat, the first day. Just right off the bat, you're all terminated. You might as well just go find another job somewhere else. And then I'll just hire new referees. Because this is you see the statistics on some of these refs, and it just amazes me how they're still in the league. And they'll be like, they'll referee certain games, and they're like fucking like 50-0 refereeing certain teams. I'm like, dude, how is that possible? Which means that if it ain't scripted, you got to tell me something ain't right with that picture. Like, it's not right. Does it make sense? So either they like that team or they got betting games against those the teams they're playing against. And, that's just not right, man. They got to get fired. Something. You got to fire those referees, dude. It just don't make no damn sense. Or if it's scripted, they say, hey, well, the commissioner's telling us to do this. Okay, well, that's fine then. Then you need to bring your ass out there and you need to tell us that that's what's going on. Either you're incompetent, you're a moron, or the commissioner's telling you to do this. Which is it? It's one or the other. Pick one. So are you an incompetent moron, or is the commissioner telling you to do this? So which is it? It's one or the other. I'm kind of debating if I should even watch these games this week. We're going to see an Eagles-Chiefs rematch. I mean, that's obviously where they're headed to. I kind of had a feeling that's what they were going to do. Like in around week 8, I'm like, they were talking about, oh, the Eagles are turning around. They look like the 2022 Eagles. I'm like, oh God, are we going to see this show again? And then the Chiefs win again. Andy Reid's 2-0 against his former team, and it's like, oh God, you mean to tell me we got to see this shit again? Eagles and Chiefs again in the Super Bowl? Well, it's better than Chiefs and Commanders. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously that's going to be a squash match, but still, I don't want to see Chiefs and Eagles again. You should have just had the Rams go to the Super Bowl, even though they're going to lose, but it would have made a better storyline. You could have said, the LA Wildfires, they're representing the city. Is this, what's his name? Stafford's last year. You could have worked with that line and had them go against the Chiefs. And that would have at least been halfway decent. I think the Rams would have put up a better show, but you put the Eagles in there in a rematch. And, they're going to make this game close, of course, but I just have a feeling they're going to have the Chiefs win again. So we'll see the Chiefs and the Niners twice, the Chiefs and the Eagles twice. Like, seriously. In the last 4 out of 5 years that we've seen the same matchups, Super Bowl. So what's the script for next year? I mean, better not be no Chiefs and Niners or Chiefs and Eagles again, but it's somebody new. Chiefs somebody else. And put somebody else in the NFC at the top. I'm tired of seeing the same teams. Oh my god, it's getting annoying. I had a feeling that Lamar Jackson was going to choke. He did it again. But to be honest, that 2 point conversion, that was should have been caught. Andrews was wide open. He should have caught that pass, bro. Battle for Florida, that would be nice. Nah, Washington's not getting in the Super Bowl. Hell no. Screw that. Yeah, I saw the Texans schedule next year. Bro, we got a very difficult schedule. We got some tough games next year. We got 9 home games, 8 road. We're going to have probably one of the top 5 hardest schedules next year. Very difficult schedule, bro. And we go at Kansas City next year, at the Chargers. And then I think we go at Seattle, at Baltimore. So Seattle's our random game, I think. We got some very tough games. I think we go at Buffalo, too. There's going to be some really difficult games going into next year, bro. The season's going to get really good, really interesting, real challenging going into Stroud's third year? It's going to be our third season. So far, D'Amico is 20-14 as a head coach. He's 2-2 in the playoffs. That's not bad. That's not a bad record. It's a winning record, 10-7 for 2 consecutive years. Double-digit winning seasons, 2 playoff appearances, 2 division titles. You can't beat that. And it's not too bad for a head coach. He's mostly a defensive guru, but still, you know. Um, like I said, I want in on the scam. So that's all I say. Just this is what y'all are gonna do. The referees are gonna pull this bullshit. Just go ahead and just say, hey, listen, I know it's rigged, I know it's scripted. I just want in on it. How long is it gonna take for us to get one? Because Chiefs are gonna get probably like 6 by 2030. They're gonna get about 5 or 6 rings. Look what it looks like. Shit, they're already on number 4. About to get number 4. Shit, they'll probably get about 2, 3 more. That dynasty will be over, and I'll just say, why don't you put us in? You know, for 1 year. That's all I ask. I don't want to die. I mean, you can't give us a dynasty fine. Just give us 1 year. That's all I ask. Hopefully by then we'll have AI robots, calling the games better than these dumbass refs. I said, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I had this person comment the other day and they said, would you have preferred both Texans players colliding with Mahomes on that play and possibly get him injured for the roughing the passer call? I said, well, I thought the whole point of roughing the passer was to hit the quarterback late or to hit him in a defenseless position. So yeah, if they would have had to make contact with for the flag to be called, dumbass. So you're just telling me because he's in a sliding position and 2 defenders hit each other, that automatically constitutes because it looks like a roughing the passer call. That doesn't make any logic sense. I swear, the nerve people come up with the dumbest shit to defend their own team. And I get it, you're going to defend your own team, but at least make it sound right. Well, would you have preferred them to hit Patrick Mahomes? So then they call the flag in there? Well, that's the whole fucking point of roughing the passer. To fucking call the flag for the hit. If they didn't hit him, is that a pass? Is that a roughing the passer? No. If he got hit, then yes. That's simple. He didn't get touched. Well, I swear. It is what it is. You have to just I'm over it, and you know, It doesn't shock me that the NFL is investigating it, but they'll just say, "Well, we've reviewed it, and the referees didn't know. They didn't know that the play was. They didn't see it." I'm like, "Damn, they didn't see it. It was right in front of them." Well, they didn't see it. That's just too fucking bad. They didn't see it. So is that what they're going to say next time? They didn't see it. So if I grab somebody behind the horse collar right in front of them, and they didn't throw it, are they going to say that when I'm literally a yard away from them? They're going to say that same shit. I didn't see it. Well, I swear, you can't make this up. This shit's hilarious. Y'all ever seen the movie? It's Blood In, Blood Out with. Y'all ever seen that movie? It's a classic movie. Remember when Miklo goes inside of the apartment complex and they're talking about robbing a bank, and he's just like, "I want in. What's the scam?" That's where I'm at. Like I'm the guy walking in the room, and the referees are sitting there with Roger Goodell. I'm like, "I want in. What's the scam?" Just saying. Since it's obviously that this is the way you're going to do it, you're going to run the shit like this. Absolutely, going to call it right like that. I want in. Yep, 6 to 7 years. I am waiting. Well, they're under investigation, as they should be. And the NFL will come out and say, "Well, we've looked into it and we've determined that there's nothing happened. Like, we didn't see any wrongdoing or something like that." So it's probably just part of the storyline to entertain the masses, to get people dancing. To make it seem like, "See, I told you they're going to do something about it," and they're going to be like, "Oh, we didn't see anything," or "The referee said they didn't see anything," and therefore the call was up their interpretation of what the call should have been. I'm like, wow, that is amazing. So you need to check in these referees' Facebooks to see if they're making bets, like they're on FanDuel or something, making like bets. Because that's conflict of interest if that is the case. Just saying FYI. It's like, I like my team, but if you had me refereeing the Texans, I probably would call some plays in their favor. So you probably wouldn't have, better not have me referee that game, right? If you're a former player of a certain team, you shouldn't be refereeing that game. It doesn't make no sense. I don't know. None of it does. Yeah, I agree. You think so, Morgan? How many more years does he have left? Try. Man, it's fucking cold out here, bro. Y'all know how cold it is out here, bro. It is 19 degrees. That is freezing. Thank God I'm off today, man. Those roads are slippery too. I'm just waiting for the cold weather to go down. But yes, the referees are under investigation. Maybe they'll get suspended. I don't know. I hope so. But again, I'm over it. You know, I'm over the whole like, you know, them getting suspended and all that shit. It is what it is. You can't take back what already happened. The game already played, and the winner already happened, and it is what it is. You know, there'll be a controversial play they'll call watch in the next one, the Chiefs and Bills game. Watch. Bills will have a position to win. It'll be the final drive, and they'll call some some controversial play People will be talking about it. You already see it coming, the lines in the sand. The same thing for that. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that in the Eagles Commanders game too. There'll be like some controversial call, and that'll be talked about for a couple of weeks until Super Bowl, and then I mean, it's all entertainment at the end of the day. At the end of the day, they need to face the league. Mahomes that guy, Brady's gone, and they need a new guy to kind of put on the cover of the NFL, the representation, the brand. Mahomes is that guy, so I get it. I get why they're doing what they're doing. It's just damn, your guys are blatantly obvious what you're doing. Just like it's not hidden or anything like that. I mean, at least with the Patriots, you had to like really look into it to dig deep. With the Chiefs, it's just blatantly obvious what you're doing. It's like, could you not be more obvious about it? So it's like now that just takes away the whole entertainment value because then you're like, okay, well, if we already know this is what you're doing, then why even watch? Like, what's the purpose? Like, I mean, unless you're a Chiefs fan, that's great, but for the rest of the NFL fans, what would be the purpose? Like, we already know what's going to happen, so why even bother? You know, the next step would be an NFL boycott, and that would be for all 31 NFL teams to not show up to the games. That's the only way they'll stop that shit. Not show up to the games, not buy any tickets, nothing. Leave the stadiums empty. Fuck it. Let it hit it. Let them rethink that a little bit. And just say, you know what? You start calling the games fair, and I'll start watching. And I'll start investing back into it. If you're not going to call the games fair, I'm not going to bother watching the product anymore. That's really the only way that they listen, that people listen in general, is you got to hit their pockets. That's where it hurts the most. Pockets. Bottom line. Until that happens, they'll keep doing what they're doing. In fact, just make it worse. So, only way you can do that is to hit their pockets. Just say, I'm not coming to the games anymore until you call the game fair. When the game is called fair, then you call me, let me know, and we'll talk about it. So, until then, I'll just maybe watch the games from the house, but that's about it. As soon as those two rough and pass calls were called, which were both bullshit, by the way, I knew the game was over. I already knew this was where it was going. I said they'll keep the game a little bit close. They'll make the Chiefs win at the end. I'm like, I just didn't even care. I was just like, I already knew it was going to happen. So why even get mad? I'm like, what's the purpose of me getting all upset and throwing a bitch fit? I just accepted it for what it was. It is what it is. No sense of getting angry about it. Yeah, it's just like WWE. -2. God damn, that's cold. Yep, I agree. It's 19 degrees here with the wind. And see, look, the snow's still on the ground. See the snow? We still got snow here. It's got goddamn cold. That's why. So sick of these NFL refs, man. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of hearing about them every fucking week. About, they're refereeing this game and this referee who's 10-0 with this team is refereeing this game. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? This is like professional wrestling almost. Like you got like the heel referees and all that. Like in wrestling, it's like that's kind of like what they're doing with the refs. It's kind of like they're promoting them almost like they're an NFL player in the league. It's insane. Insane to think that. At the end of the day, it's all entertainment. This is all just rigged, scripted bullshit. All the same bullshit. Tackles on purpose. Oh yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It's just like Jake the asshole. I'll look him up. It's just like wrestling, man. The same bullshit. You know. Just think all these years, man. I've been going to games and stuff, and the whole time this shit's just one big giant script. Just like the NFL, and you just put WWE right next to it. It's basically what it is. It's a joke. You can't even touch the quarterback anymore. I agree. No, I agree with that. Literally, Mahomes ran 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, slides, doesn't get hit, and they're like, "Oh, that's a rough in the passer," because it looked like you hit him. What the fuck? And then the one when he got hit by Harris, and Harris hit his shoulder pads. I'm like, what the fuck, man? You're calling run the passer on that? And Stroud takes hits way worse than that. And they don't call nothing on him for that. And he was taking hits. As people say 8 sacks. Oh, he got hit 8 times and not one rough in the passer, right? When Mahomes gets hit, seems like that rough in the passer call gets called a lot. They need to look into that shit. So those 3 referees, I don't know what's going on, but apparently they're under investigation, which is basically kind of a joke anyway, because they're being investigated by the league. He's probably telling them, and it's just for that shock value, look, uh, we investigated them and nothing happened. It's just like, wow, nothing happened. What a joke. Yeah, New Orleans got snow. Look, I got snow right now outside of my house. Look at that. That's why I filmed it. Man, bro, it's 19 degrees, but that wind chill is probably around about 11 right now. Even in Dallas, they didn't get snow. I'm shocked. I thought they would get snow before we did. You guys got lucky. You guys got real lucky. Work's doing all right. I'm off today. Thank God I need it because the roads are real wet. And my tires started locking up. The brakes started locking up because all the shit's frozen underneath. So I'm glad I'm off today, man. So that way I can let that ice melt. And then of course by Thursday it's supposed to warm up. See, the sun's up right now. It's too damn cold. Speaking of which, man, have you guys tried that new Subway sandwich that that spicy nacho cheese? You can get it either in chicken or beef. It is so damn good, bro. It is real good. And they put that cheese sauce on it with jalapenos and sriracha sauce. It's a little spicy, but man, it is pretty damn good. So we're gonna see an Eagles Chiefs rematch in the Super Bowl. I'm like, oh God. Come on, man. Come on, man. I can't believe somebody commented the other day and told me, well, would you have preferred that they hit Patrick Mahomes? Would you prefer that the defenders would hit him so that the flag would so that they would so it would justify your argument? I said, well, the whole point of roughing the passer is that if the defenders hit each other, then yeah. If the defenders hit Mahomes, then yeah, it is a roughing the passer if he's sliding, but he didn't get hit. So then why was it called? Well, it shouldn't take the referees bad calls for you to beat them. It doesn't matter. The facts are is that the calls are being made. That's the point I'm making. So, but it is what it is. I don't I can't tell these referees how to referee. I can just tell you either they're incompetent and stupid or the NFL's telling them to do this. I think the NFL's telling them to do it. That's what I think personally. I think the NFL is telling them to do this shit. Yeah, that's true. Just like and the funny thing is, we still kept the game pretty close, even though there were some controversial calls that were made. So Chiefs fans say, well, Stroud got sacked 8 times. I'm like, okay. And not one roughing the passer was called, even though he was hit really hard a lot of those times. But Mahomes was barely even touched, and it's roughing the passer. Roughing the passer. Unbelievable. Remember the Super Bowl against the Eagles when Mahomes throws a hissy fit on the ground and puts his hand up, and the referee then calls the flag right after that? Like, what kind of shit is that? What they call these phantom calls. So that's basically what's happening. It's just like, oh, Mahomes throws a hissy fit on the ground against the Eagles in that Super Bowl drive, and then puts his hand up, points to the ref, and then the ref throws the fucking flag. What kind of shit is that? And so I say, these referees need to be investigated, man. They gotta do something. Pretty soon it just destroys the integrity of the game. So it's like, okay, are these referees being paid off? Is Roger Goodell telling them to do this? It just makes the whole thing look like a big joke. And even if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year and next year after, if you keep seeing stuff like this, it just tarnishes it. You know, just like tarnishes the whole thing. Just say, all right, the shit's scripted, cool. Just let me know when Mahomes retires what the next team y'all got and what's some bullshit y'all gonna put together for this next one. If it's my team, cool. If it's not, I'm gonna be pissed. Simple as that. When is it my turn? I'll be waiting. Yeah, the NFL is turning the NBA. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I'm not mad that the referees are cheating, but at the same time, I just want our team to get, them to cheat for us one year and, get it done. Just, you know, that's how I look at it. But you're right. It is turned into the NBA. Absolutely. The Diet Coke and the Subway sandwich sounds good to me. Oh, absolutely. I'm going to get me a Subway sandwich. The Subway's open. I'm getting me that new spicy nacho. Man, that sandwich is pretty good. I'm getting me that spicy nacho. Subway Firehouse Sub. Oh, Firehouse Sub goes hard. You can't fuck with Firehouse Subs. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. 5 years in a row. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me. If Kansas City wins this year, you already know it's scripted. But if they win next year too, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So it is what it is. Can't be mad about it. It's life. If it ain't cheating, it ain't trying. If it ain't cheating, it ain't trying. Ohio State beat Notre Dame. I saw that coming. I already saw that coming. I'm already waiting for next year. Where's Chubby Sandwich at? Man, that sounds good too. You know, man, we got this HEB Central Market. It's downtown. I haven't been there in a minute, but they got this badass. They got a little sandwich shop in there. It's like their own version of Subway. They got this sandwich called the uh the Southwest meatloaf, and they put that like you can get any bread you want, and they got like 30 different breads there, right? I usually get ciabatta, and then they put the Southwest meatloaf. You get caramelized onions, you could put lettuce, tomatoes, all that cheese, pickles. They'll put that bad boy in that oven, like it's like a conventional oven, and they let that boy crisp. And that damn sandwich is so goddamn good, man. I'm telling you, it's if you ever go to HEB Central Market and you go try that sandwich, you get the Southwest meatloaf. And I usually put mushrooms on mine too, like the sauteed mushrooms, sauteed caramelized onions, and then I put lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, and then I tell them put a little bit of mayo on it. One of the best sandwiches I ever had in my life. They're damn good. Chiefs come back and win. Oh God. There's a deli up. It's called Jimmy's. Damn, Jimmy's sound good. Yeah, but Firehouse Subs is good. And then so is I haven't tried Jersey Mike's. Everybody keeps telling me about that place. Oh God. Yeah, I see that Jaguar man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could do that. If the NFL referees never get fined or they get suspended for making bad calls, what's even the point? They're never going to face accountability. Marvin says. Oh, I agree. Absolutely. That's one of the issues I have is that if they're never going to get reprimanded, then what's the point? Like, what would stop them from making bad calls? Can't suspend them. What's the point? You know what I mean? I agree. They're the Boston Celtics of the NFL. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to look at it. That's definitely a good way to look at it. It makes sense. Do you play Madden still? Hell no. I've been stopped playing Madden like 8 years ago. Madden sucked after about '08, '08, '09. It started going downhill. I like the one with Vince Young on the cover. I like the one with Marshall Falk. I think that was '03. Michael Vick was '04. I think Ray Lewis was 2005, if I'm correct. And Vince Young, I think, was '06. I believe '06. I might have my years mixed up, but the Madden in those early years were good. Now they just suck. It's all a bunch of glitches and mechanical issues. They all look like robots in the game. So I just don't even bother messing with Madden anymore. Pretty much. Yeah, I agree, Jay Morgan. Shit, I still fuck with Madden '02. with that's the one with Dante Culpepper on the cover. Yeah, I play Madden too. I still play it every now and then. You got the Vikings with what is it, with Randy Moss and Chris Carter and Dante Culpepper. You could play with the 49ers and fucking Jeff Garcia and Terrell Owens, Todd Streets. You can play with the Eagles and Donovan McNabb. It don't get any better than that. The Tennessee Titans with McNair, Ed George. Oh man. Oh, that was a dangerous team. Oh yeah. The best, Madden 02 was a real good game. That was one of my favorites of all time. 03, 04 with Vic. I like how you used to do the tackling and do the dummy drills, and you can uh you can set concession stand prices. Do they still do that in the current Madden games or no? I don't think they do that anymore. Yeah, they just don't get any better than those old school Madden games. Peyton Hillis on the cover. Yeah, yeah, I fuck with them old school Madden games, man. I don't mess with the new ones. Like they have a Instagram page where it shows like sloppy Madden, and it'll show all the glitches in the game. Yeah, I don't play Madden anymore. It's not the same. If you could change the kickoff, what would you? Yeah, you can set the prices on owner mode. Hell yeah. Oh man, that brings me back. Don't remind me the good old days when I was a kid getting off the fucking bus. Man, fucking playing those games. Oh my god, those bring back memories. Oh man, back when life was simpler. Yeah, back when life was funner. Summers took forever. Now summers just go by fast. Oh yeah, absolutely. You ain't lying. Basically, Corbin, I agree. Oh, I didn't know that. That's what's up. Now, Madden 02 is always going to be my favorite game, personally, out of the Madden series, and I'm being biased, but I like the mechanics. I didn't like how you could drop the football in the end zone and they count as a touchdown, but they used to do that back in the day. Now you have to have full possession of it. And of course, there's some, like, you rarely make a 2 point conversion. You never get an onside kick in Madden 02, but other than that, the game mechanics were almost on par. It was fun. But Madden 03 and 04 to me was like really up there. Madden 03, 04, 05, 06. I like where you used to have to do the QB vision and you had to use the other the joystick for the PlayStation, the PS2 or 3 or 4, so PS2, and you had to move the vision with the quarterback or with the receiver you had to get to. And so if you wanted to throw to a receiver, you had to use the other joystick to put the highlight on him. I thought that was really cool. You know? Yeah, don't forget coach mode. Oh yeah, coach mode was good too. That's where you call the plays, and you can still have the computer run the plays, but you call the plays. Like you could, if you want to call for like a quarterback sneak or you want to call for like a play action, the computer still controls the men on the field, but like you just calling it from the coach. That was cool. Oh man, they don't make it the same anymore. Shit, I still fucks with the NBA Live 2000. Yeah, with that's the one with Tim Duncan on there. I play that game. I play NBA 2K5. That's a good one too. 2K, 2005. And then you got the NBA 2K on the Dreamcast. That's the one with AI, Allen Iverson. They got the 2000, 2002, and it's all with Allen Iverson on the cover. That was a good game too. Oh man, they don't make them anymore like that. Now all the basketball games, all the football games suck. Not only that, but they make it confusing. Like it's hard to control it. All the players do all the same moves. There's no like it's just weird, you know. I tried playing NBA Live or NBA Live the other day. It was like NBA Live 18 or something like that. Man, that game was terrible. It's not the same, man. Yeah, I know. Most of the games today, they're very simple. Like the games back then were hard to beat. And now they're just extremely easy to play. And it's got like a storyline, and you have to pick which storyline you want to go with. They make the games more simplistic, like almost like for dummies. So you don't get the full enjoyment out of like having a, it's just about like decisions you make render with a storyline. So it's like you're playing a movie almost with a lot of these games, you know? At least that's how most of the games are now, you know? I didn't even get a chance to see it, to be honest with you. Man, when you're at work overnight, you sleep during the day and you miss most of the shit. It's just on my off days I sleep at night. So like tonight I went to bed at like 11:30. Just went straight to sleep. I woke up about 4:30, couldn't go back to sleep. I know I'm probably gonna take a nap a little later for about an hour, but shit, they're already coming out with a PlayStation 6. Y'all believe that shit? In 2027, 2028, they're gonna make it. I'm like, bro, y'all just came out with a PlayStation 5. Now y'all want to make a PlayStation 6? For real? Like, come on, man. You're barely gonna have 100 games on PS5. It's just a money grab at this point with these new PlayStation games. Oh, you're gonna go work out? That's what's up. I need to start working out again. I need to stop, procrastinating and shit. I need to get back on it. I need to get back on working out again. This is working these night shifts suck. I mean, it's good for downtime, but it's just you sleep during the day. So your days don't start till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock sometimes. You know? Oh, the Xbox. I remember when I was a kid and my mom had to go to Best Buy and she had to reach into a like a box. And if you pull the X out, you got to purchase an Xbox. Man, I saved up all my lunch money for that shit. I saved up all my lunch money for that. You know, real talk, man. The Xbox 360. And then the Wii came out. Yeah, the Wii 2. The first Wii was all right. Oh man, they still make them like that no more. You were hungover? Damn. Well, shit, I wanted to go to Bogey's tonight, man, and get a drink and maybe get some boneless wings, but they're closed due to the weather. Oh, man, I love GTA. They're going to come out with a GTA 6. I fucks with that GTA. The new one that's coming out, man, that's going to be fire, bro. Oh, I love GTA. Are you kidding me? That new one, I think, is in Miami or something like that. I forgot where it's at, but that's going to be fire, bro. Nah, I mean, most of these places are closed, man. Hopefully, there's be some open today. But it's going to be cold tonight. It was 19 degrees this morning. Then it dropped to 11 with the wind chill. That shit is way. Look, we still got snow outside. If you look on the ground right there, it's all snow. A ride along too, yeah. Oh, the new Elder Scrolls. That's what's up. If you ever guys, you ever played a game called Medieval? It used to be on the original PS1. Man, that game was so hard, man. It was scary. It's because like the whole town turned into zombies. And you had to go around and fight. You had to go around and try to rescue the town and shit. That's a classic game. Command and Conquer, that's another good one. Civilization, that's on the PC. That's on the computer. Yeah, Civilization went hard. It was the first, you had to be the first civilization to build a rocket ship. And that shit took like 100,000 years to make. But you're on there with like 30 other like armies. And you have to like walk around and build civilizations and shit. It was real cool. Hell yes, I got my N64. Still got it. I got like over 30 games for it. Yep. Yeah, that new Elder Scrolls is gonna be good. Yep. Yeah, but I like it the old owner mode on the Mad franchise. You can set it. You can set the food prices, concession prices, and then you can set the ticket sales. And if your team sucked, you had to set the prices. You had to go down on your prices to get people to go to the games. And then teams will like move to other cities and shit. That was pretty cool. Like I remember I moved the Texans to Las Vegas, and I called them the Vegas Knights, and I gave them blue and gold colors. But I moved the Texans to there to L.A. Knights. I mean the Las Vegas Knights, and I gave them like an old high school football stadium. I thought that was really cool. All right. Well, it's been an hour, and I appreciate you guys for being on here. I'm gonna go ahead and get up because I want to get something to eat, get some breakfast, start my day. Because I did go to bed early tonight, so because I'm off. So Might go to bogeys later. Yeah. Go to bogeys.